Hey, hello people, welcome in my video. I am miEye and today we're gonna do a glide comparison between two mouse pads. One is the Esports Tiger QINSUI V2. It has a width of 480, from left to right 480, and a length of 400 mm and a thickness of 6 mm. Versus the Razer GIGANTUS V2. It has a width of 450 by 400 length and a thickness of 3 mm. So they are a little bit different in width and in thickness. And of course the glide, what we gonna show you guys right now. So we are arrived at the two mouse pads. We're gonna do a glide comparison between the GIGANTUS V2 and the Esports Tiger QINSUI V2. We're gonna glide test with 4 mouse. The Corsair Saber 8K polling rate. It has ptfe underneath. Rocket Burst Pro, pure ptfe. A Sharcone Light 2180, also with ptfe underneath. I say it because it depends on the glide. Some has, if they don't have 100% ptfe, it will glide slower. And an Aegis AJ380. So we're gonna start with the Corsair Saber. It glides like this on the QINSUI V2. Pretty smooth combination, if I don't do much pressure on it. And on the GIGANTUS V2, more resistance I feel with this feed of the Corsair Saber 8K polling rate. More resistance on the GIGANTUS V2 than on the QINSUI V2. Now we get a Aegis AJ380. A little bit less speed on the QINSUI V2 with this feed. And how does it perform on the GIGANTUS V2? Way more friction on the GIGANTUS V2. These feet are not really great on these two pads from the Aegis AJ380. Even it has ptfe feet as well. And the Rocket Burst Pro from Rocket with heat treated mouse skates, pure ptfe, 100% ptfe. Also quite friction actually, but it's of course smooth on this QINSUI V2, but it has some friction, you feel it. Yeah, these aren't the smoothest glides on the Rocket Burst. They are quite big size, the mouse skates. Now the Sharcone Light 2180 on the QINSUI V2, ooh, that glides pretty smooth. Wow, that glides pretty well. But when you do circles, you feel more resistance. And on the GIGANTUS V2, it has way more friction on these skates from the Light 2180 from Sharcone. So all what I can say, that the QINSUI V2 is overall a little bit more smooth with the most 4 skates out of the 4. They're a little bit more smooth, while the GIGANTUS has a little bit more friction. They are both not heavily friction surfaces. They are just quite smooth with all 4 mouths. But there's a difference in glide. I think I personally like the QINSUI V2 way more because of the thickness. The thickness is very comfy. I like thickness mousepad. Sadly, both don't have stitched edges on the sides of the mousepad. So I don't know. Mine didn't wear down yet, but I always prefer stitched edges over non-stitched edges because of durability. I want to have a mousepad, for example, for a couple of years before it's worn out. And yeah, the better durability, I think that will be better. I think the QINSUI V2 is coated slightly. That's why normally it should be have more friction with coated of the print. It has more friction. but this one is more smooth than the Gigantus V2. I hope you like this video. I'm soon gonna test them in a game video, so stay tuned guys, and see you guys in the future. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.